Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're off and running from Ford Field. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And leading them in his pseudo-rookie season after that injury cost him last year. The 10th overall pick in our 2024 draft, J.J. McCarthy.
All J.J. has ever done in his career, no matter where he's been, is win. And there is something to that. I know at times it's hard to measure how much of it was him, how much of it the people around him. Most importantly, just ask his teammates over the years. They love playing with him. That is a characteristic that's important, and I don't think talked about enough, Kate. Do you guys in the huddle want to play for him? Do they believe in you? Everywhere J.J. has been, he's lit up that huddle, and success has followed.
That one goes for 25 yards, and it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
These QBs make it look easy, but that requires such a large amount of body control when you throw it on the move. You got to be able to get the same accuracy you would if your feet are set. Sure takes a lot of repetitions to make it look easy.
First carry here for Aaron Jones. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
2nd and 10. Need something positive here. Off the play fake. It's McCarthy. Thielen's got it. Complete. And he's going to go out with a pick of the 3. So chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Motion man right is Jefferson. McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. He's got Jones for the completion. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
1st and 10, here's Jones. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss, we've got 2nd and 11.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
And he's going to work this down to the 32. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick.
A gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Play number 7 on this drive, and they need 7 here on 3rd down. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
It's a gain of 20. That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the
I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
It's Jones on the toss. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on 1st down.
For a linebacker to make a tackle for loss on a toss play like that, yes, it's about speed, but even more so, Kate, that was a perfect angle he took.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. They set up the screen. It's Hawkinson. They come crashing down on that receiver screen, and they take him down behind the line.
Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed, when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
Will this drive continue? Here comes third down. Third and long for him here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right? And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
Reichert connects there. And they get 3 on their first series. Hope to build on that in the drives ahead.
All in all, Kate, I'm going to call that a good start. Offense established himself, moved the ball, and the kicker able to give him a lead.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Has this at the 6. And he's stopped on the run back to the 27. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. Leading them out, got his first MVP votes after a career-best season last year. Now reached a decade in this league. It's Jared Goff.
The legend of this guy just grows year by year in the Motor City. The best individual season of his career, leading these Lions to a franchise record 15 wins. Now they just got to get to the ultimate goal, the Super Bowl.
All right, Lions just about ready. First and 10. First get on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's going to be tackled after a pickup of about 5 here. Second down.
You know, Kate, one of the reasons it's so hard to run the ball in the NFL is to move grown men off their spot against their will. You get a run play like that, you've done your job. You've moved them against their will, and you've set yourself up for some later success.
They send St. Brown in motion left. Off to the air now. Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. On the move, past the 40. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that gives the Lions the first.
Detroit Lions.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Going to the ground again on first. And they make the tackle at the 28-yard line. Only 2 yards, and it brings up second and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 28-yard line.
Shotgun snap here to Goff. Finds the football outside. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
A gain of 4 brings up third and 4.
Here they go, getting set for third and 4. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20. It's a gain of 4. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
Simply part of the job description for any running back in today's game. You're out there, you're going to be one of your quarterback's most important safety valves, and you got to be ready for that check down at all times.
On first down, it's Goff. That's complete to Sam Laporta. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
8 yards on the pickup, brings up second and 2. at the Vikings' 13-yard line.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. One of the tight ends motioning left. This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
Gain of 6. And the Lions first down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Go ahead. Find me an offense that won't take that type of efficiency on every snap. Listen, it was good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Another one for Gibbs. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
2nd and goal coming up. 5 yards to the end zone. From the gun, Goff. Caught just shy of the goal line. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions pull ahead 6-3 in the first. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. Well, no hesitations to start this one out, Brock. These guys came out slinging it. Seems like that's going to be what their offense leans on throughout this game.
Yep, don't see really any reason to get away from it as long as the results keep coming. The second drive, I think we'll all be watching that one. Will they mix in a little bit more run? Will they have to mix in more run, or could they continue to just shred this defense through the air?
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Lions one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Minnesota all set to go for its second drive. Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. Off play action. It's McCarthy. Grabbed by Jordan Addison. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Has a big strike to Addison. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Vikings, first down. A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Vikings.
They're set up at the 35 now. First and 10. It's McCarthy. Dumps this one off. It's Jones. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain. Play
action, McCarthy. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
It's second down and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here comes second and 10. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here, and it's going to bring up third down.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's third and 12. They'll air it out on third. Has him on the quick hitter. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a first down.
So the Vikings will try a field goal on fourth down. Will Reichert headed out. He's hit once already. This is a short one, inside of 30 yards. Reichert connects there. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Vikings 6.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Here's Reichert, set to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So the Lions headed out for their second drive of the game. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, gotta expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much. Those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
The tight end going in motion right. They go play action with Goff. Connects on one to Jamison Williams. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. There it is. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions take a 7-point lead in the first. All right, so this solid first half continues from Brock. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. You always preach about coming out strong, and they've been the ones dictating the tempo. As a result, they add to their lead.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Lions grow their lead to 8.
14, Vikings 6.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. Vikings to the line now. Here's first and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Tackled by Jack Campbell.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Staying on the ground with Jones. And he's going to be blocked out at the 42. It's a pickup of 9 yards.
A gain of 9
and that's going to give the
yards.
Vikings the first down.
And the Vikings, first down. 1st and 10 at the 42.
Find me an offense that won't take that type of result every snap. Good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. 14-6 is our score. We're back to Ford Field right after this. We're ready now for the second quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They've got a first to begin the frame. Staying on the ground here with Jones. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He completes it in traffic. And they make the tackle at the 38. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
And the Vikings, first down. A gain of 18 on the play. And the Vikings, first down.
A nice gain and a first down there, Brock, on a throw that most quarterbacks would have shied away from.
Yeah, tight ends, these guys, about the only position that can make that look routine, fending off a couple defenders, and it's really why, Kate, they're such valuable commodities.
This is Jefferson, and he's got it. He's going to be stopped, but not before dealing some damage. He's down to the 12. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
That's another Vikings first down.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You go to a Little League field, tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple, and he's someone you can depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
Out of the gun, a gift to Jones. And he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. Well, Brock, you found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. And he hits the extra points. A little surprised they wouldn't go for 2 in the tie, but at least he made it, so the lead falls to a single point.
13.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Here's a return from the 7. They'll bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. Well, Brock, it only took them 1 play to reach the end zone last drive. They might have to work a little bit harder this time out. First and 10 now from the 30. going to be brought down here at the 42. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for the Lions. First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. Off the play fake, here's Goff. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Goff tosses that quickly out wide. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3, so chipping away a few here ahead of this third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
To the air on 3rd and long. He throws a bullet to this. Brought in inside the 20. And this is all the way to the 13-yard line. Now after reeling in the deep shot, though, he looks to be in some pain. Must have been banged up somewhere along that play. We're going to take a pause as he gets worked on. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Catch made left side by Laporta. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
You put up the combine times of tight ends running the 40-yard dash, and they certainly don't run as fast as the safeties or the corners in this league. But when you get them going in the right direction and you get them dragging across the field like that, well, they can still do their damage.
Gibbs runs it in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions grow the lead to 7. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. So this solid first half continues for them. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach here, Kate, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. They've come out strong. They've been the ones dictating the tempo, and as a result, they add to the scoreboard.
Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions grow their lead to 8.
21, Vikings 13.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Vikings and Aaron Jones headed back out there on offense. Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. He'll try and run this. And they're going to be set up with a 1st down after a nice gain there as he's down by contact.
of 12 yards. And the Vikings first down.
I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical first down.
Receiver in motion, headed right. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Finds him on the crossing route. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Quarterback never stared down the receiver, but he kept his eyes downfield until he found that open window as that crossing route finds and beats zone coverage.
All right up against that marker, but not there yet. It's 2nd and inches. A give left side to Jones. Rolling into enemy territory. He does it. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. Wow, great stuff there, Brock. He busted that one open, got downhill, and got in for 6. Huge run there.
Yeah, and this is how you break a game open. He found that lane, and he was gone. What a tremendous effort in the blocking scheme there to just spring him enough so he could take it to the house.
Reichert on for the point after.
For the extra point.
And he hits the extra point. A little surprised they wouldn't go for 2 in the tie, but at least he made it, so the lead falls to a single point.
20.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the run back at the 27. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone, but through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Running it with David Montgomery. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Okay, to run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start a drive with momentum like that.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Handoff to Gibbs from the gun. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line.
Hey, these DNs love to get after the quarterback, but the most well-rounded of them are the guys who can anchor your run defense too. Mission accomplished.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Tight end going in motion here. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Short pass brought in. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd and 12.
On 3rd down, Vikings sending out 6 DBs for the dime set. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Connects on the crosser. And in a blink, they are up to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. They get 13 on the pickup. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
You know, he never stared him down, but that was such a good job by the quarterback to keep his eyes downfield. Keep working as that shallow cross. Those crossing routes so devastating for zone coverage.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action here with Goff. Catch made. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's 2nd down.
To Brock Lake. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They're gonna throw again. Goff. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Seventh play of the drive. Offense facing 3rd and 3. Running for the marker. It's Gibbs. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Byron Murphy on the tackle. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 4th and 1.
A little outside their comfort zone to try a field goal, so instead they're going for this on 4th down. They'll go for it. Goff. Go left side, and St. Brown has it. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
A gain of 3 yards. That's another Detroit Lions 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Markers reset. Ball at the 37. On 1st down, it's Goff. Screen here for Gibbs. Breaks a tackle. He's still going. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
Well, that was great timing. Great timing by the big fellas to get out in front of that screen. You could see it coming. Running back has the lineman in front of him to clear a little space. And it was all about his athleticism after that.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Goff. Laporta with the grab. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Lions 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Goff to the air now. And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived. So a little too much contact on the part of the defender, and the officials flag him for it. Oh, an exceptionally painful penalty as it sets up 1st and 10 now inside the red zone. From the red zone now. Oh, he loses the football. And the Vikings have recovered. And deep in their own territory, they're going to take possession now after the fumble. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Kate, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot. Right, he's got great what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball free and leads to this takeaway.
The Vikings and Aaron Jones headed back out there on offense. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on him. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. They'll start with a give to Jones. And this won't get him any extra breathing room. He's brought down back at his own 7-yard line.
Not sure if it was a missed assignment on the line, a dominant play on his part, or maybe a little bit of both, Kate, but look at those dudes down there defensively. Man, they are fired up after that stick behind the line.
Hoping to head in the right direction and save this drive early. Here's 2nd and 13. Motion man sent left. 2nd down carry for Jones. And this is looking familiar, partner. He's dropped for a loss again. It's going to be 3rd down.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over it.
Defense nearing a stop. Need to hold once more here on 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. He's throwing deep to the left side. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Now we'll see Ryan Wright come on for the Vikings to punt this away on 4th. He gets it out of there, and this has some distance. Fair catch called for and taken just beyond midfield. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. They go play action with Goff. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Throw away and incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Motioning Williams left. To throw again here, 2nd and 10, it's Goff. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in the Motor City. The Lions looking for a bigger lead before the break. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. From the gun, Goff. That one complete to St. Brown. He's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
To Slaw, the man in motion. Another one caught by St. Brown. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
That's another Detroit Lions 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book. That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open and beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Still 10 to go. 2nd down now from the 23. Gibbs now from the gun. And a productive run there on 2nd down. That's a gain of 6.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
Seventh play of the drive, offense facing 3rd and 3. Again, it's Gibbs. And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up 4th down. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All right, they made the red zone, and it's touchdown or bust, it seems. They're lining up to go for this. On 4th down, Goff. He can't get away. They get the sack and force a turnover on downs.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
The Vikings with a football here late in the half. With the time remaining, let's see if they can get this into field goal range. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. This one's to Hawkinson outright. And this is going to go as a gain of about 3 before he's met and escorted out.
Out of bounds at the 26-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Motioning him from the slot right. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He tucks it and takes off. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. Minnesota spends its 2nd timeout here. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
As much as you like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
1st and 10, here's McCarthy. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. The left side brought in by Hawkinson. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line.
Yards on the play.
Now the Vikings use their 3rd and final timeout.
First down.
And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Yards. First down, Minnesota.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. McCarthy looking to throw. He can run it. And his slide puts a bow on this play after a gain of about 6.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Lions' 39-yard line.
So just a 1-point game here at the break, Brock, as we go over to the EA Sports Halftime Reports with our buddy Scott Hansen.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counterpunch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
All right, Scott, thanks so much. We are back, and this one's shaping up to be an exciting one. Very close game, Brock, as we start our third quarter.
Will Riker.
Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Out come the Lions. They've got the first series of the second half. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. A give to Gibbs to start the third. Escapes the defender. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
And the Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, you get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
A tight end in motion now. First down throw from Goff. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Goff trying again on 2nd and 10. Makes the catch, and he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. Out of the shotgun, Goff. It's on target to Williams. He has it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that gives the Lions the first.
That's good for a Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Well, you don't normally get that type of outcome on a slant. You're just looking for a little short yard gain. But find the right type of athlete with space to work before and a perfectly placed ball after the catch. Well, it's a perfect play to break it big.
Throwing again, it's Goff. Has him on the quick hitter. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
You've heard that very common term in draft vernacular called catching radius. Let me tell you, as a quarterback, you love tight ends on drag routes because that catching radius for such a big target, then you see him, you eye him, and there's a comfort level between QB and tight end to make that connection.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he's stopped after a gain of about 5. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, these are not the plays that are like bold in the stat sheet when you look back on it, but these are the kind of gains by the running back that keep the offense on schedule and move the chains.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Another one for Gibbs. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions grow their lead to 8.
28. Vikings 20.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Vikings now set to take the field.
At their own 21-yard line.
Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. McCarthy throwing here. Escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And his slide puts a bow on this play after a gain of about 6.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. From the gun, Jones gets it. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
3rd down here, need 8 on the play. Third and long, they're going to throw. Lofts it deep right side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that brings up 4th and long.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
He has it at the 33. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Drive begins with Gibbs. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action. Right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, you're going to be thinking running the ball to go right over their head.
Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
On the 40, here comes 2nd and 10. Goff setting to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Hits him on the out route. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out.
Awareness. You've got to be aware. Play caller, quarterback, receiver have to be aware of where the sticks are. That route just not enough, not deep enough to extend the drive and move the chains.
Offense staying out there on 4th. They say no to a 47-yard field goal. Looking to throw. That's complete to Sloan. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. That's a clutch 7-yard pickup, and it pays off the call to go for it on 4th down.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
He'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
By Eric Wilson. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 19-yard line.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Straight ahead with Gibbs. Not much doing up the middle there, so he bounced it outside, earning about 4 on that carry. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 2 coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here he is on 3rd and short. Pass is brought in by Laporta. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
A gain of 6. That's another Detroit Lions 1st down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
They go play action with Goff. That's Laporta again. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Number 87, Sam Laporta. A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Here's Goff. He will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions lead by 14. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Now, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions lead by 15 now.
Lions 35, Vikings 20.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Vikings and Aaron Jones headed back out there on offense. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. On play action now, McCarthy. Short pass caught by his tight end. Short pickup to their own 31. Alex Anzalone there on the stop.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
2nd down now. They need 7. Now it's McCarthy. He's got his target, Bartholomew. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
3rd and 4 coming up now. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Thielen's got it, complete. And they don't get much out of this pass. He's hauled down a little shy of that first. It's 4th down now.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
The Vikings getting their punt team out. Ryan Wright's the one to send it away. Starts his return from the 23. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone, but the work, well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this. I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. It doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them because they proved last drive they couldn't.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. That tackle made by Blake Cashman.
I've talked to running backs over the years, Kate, and the transition from the college game to the pro game. They'll tell you, there's just times in the NFL you got to run into darkness. You run into a lot of bodies. Perfect example of that on the first down play.
He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. From the gun, Goff. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
On comes Jack Fox to handle the 4th down punt for the Lions. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Vikings, 1st down. A gain of 11 on the play.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Incomplete pass on 1st down, so still at the 40. It's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. Jordan Addison, the intended target. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. You gotta read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you gotta react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. To the air on 3rd and long. This is Jefferson, and he's got it. He has this down to the 34. It's a pickup of 26, and it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
1st down. A gain of 26 yards. And a Vikings 1st down.
Some of these quarterbacks, Kate, I swear, it's just instinctive. Like a great running back, they just know how to buy a little bit more time and to create space to find those completions outside the pocket.
1st and 10. Here's Jones. That is exactly why you rally to the football. Got through one tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Vikings football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. Brought in left side by Jefferson. And that's a solid stop there to limit the damage. Gave up some, but it's still 4th down.
A 10-yard gain, but it's 4th down.
Thought that this might be 4-down territory for him here, Brock, but they are lining up for a field goal. From the left hash, this would be 43 yards. Reichert connects there, and doing what they can against the lead as it's back down to 12.
That field goal didn't do a lot on the scoreboard to make it a more attackable deficit, but it does create a sense of urgency here for this defense to get off the field.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away.
For the Vikings.
Return coming from the 6. He dodged the tackle. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Here's Gibbs on the carry. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
The 27-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
Vikings sending out nickel coverage here on 3rd down. They'll air it out on 3rd. Complete to St. Brown. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
A give to Gibbs. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Goff to the air now. Yet another grab for St. Brown. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Still has some space inside the 35. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
14 more yards. That's another Detroit Lions first down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
On first down, it's Goff. Screen here for Gibbs. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
You know, Kate, it's one thing to get a player out into space. It's another when the defense sees it coming. No chance there for the running back as the defense defeats the blocks before that screen could ever get started.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Man in motion, headed right. Goff tosses that quickly out wide. And he will not score, but that does set him up Brock with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
And the Lions first down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
They'll run here. It's Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down as this defense shows some backbone. Great stand to get him at the 2. Their dominance against this ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Trying to run with Gibbs. And he's in for the touchdown. The Lions have likely locked up the win right there. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating.
Look at you.
And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions go up by 19.
Lions 42, Vikings 23.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Vikings offense back to the field now. And scoring hasn't been the issue for him, Brock, but it has been impossible to hold pace with the offense on the other side of this football field.
And we know they can't get this all back in one play, but they better do it with a sense of urgency.
Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, going left. They'll start with a give to Jones. And he manages 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
Jones, the ball carrier. He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. He's caught in stride by Addison. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Vikings first down. A gain of 9 yards. First down, Minnesota.
They give to Jones, right side. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. McCarthy looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. The Lions get to it. And they'll take over a little further upfield thanks to that return.
You know, we could go down on that field and ask any player about the first lessons they learn in the game of football, and almost every one of them kids going to say the same thing. Ball security. I bet he could even hear his old high school coach's voice in his ears right now, telling him next time, you got to hang on to it better.
The Lions and wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown getting set for their next drive. And they don't need anything out of this drive right now, Brock. That lead's already been built as we look to the scoreboard, but like architects, they might want to see just how high they can take it.
And we're going to know here in just a second on how they attack these opening plays. Do they opt to take it easy, play conservative, or just keep stepping on that gas?
While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover.
Play is under review.
All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. So they managed to keep possession. They've got 3rd and short now. McCarthy on the sneak. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain.
It's about the simplest play in the playbook, and they execute it like it was drawn up. That push gets them the first down.
First down, Vikings.
Football on that 47-yard line. First down. Addison going to motion over left. First and 10. It's McCarthy. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. So 2nd down coming up.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
2nd down carry for Jones. Good running there to get around 6, but now they've got 3rd down.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hit or a